Here we are. I'm excited. I want to see where this goes. I definitely can't do as long of a stream as last time. And before it happens again, I switched scenes so it doesn't happen like last time. And I clicked the recording button. So you know what? We're already set up in, in a positive way. We're doing better. So yeah, I'm excited though to see where everything goes. Saya is being fooled by the SIU director and is now on our case, which is great. More like Sai. Oh yeah, that's right, and we got a Risei poster. Look at us. Oh yeah, and I got another doll. Oh, okay, it's a mascot character for a security company. Moon and Sun, guess it means they're ready 24/7. Alright, well, we are collecting lots of little things. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna check. I was gonna check my social stats. What do I need? I need guts and kindness. Zap! How are you? Oh. We still have to finish this, huh? Oh yeah, this will give us guts. Perfect. We'll do this.
Well, where's the manuscript? Can't do this. I'm done for. Just keep writing. The president can still grant you an amnesty.
The editor demanded a manuscript, but the writer only hung his head in defeat.
For real?
Starting out the stream strong, with a for real already. This is no time for writer's block. How is he going to make the deadline?
Oh!
Ogata is cute, even though he sits like that sometimes. We finished watching 31, huh? We were pressed for time ourselves, but we made it. Maybe you learned a thing or two about guts. Niblik, I'm not trying to steal your cats.
Okay.
I'm just stealing your cat pictures.
Well then.
How's your day going? Oh yeah, that's right. That keeps going down because people think we're murderers.
Damned phantom thieves.
Haven't they found the phantom thieves yet? The government and the police are useless. Are they even trying? I see. I wish they wouldn't spend tax dollars just to sit on their asses. A mysterious group of murderers, an inept government? What's the world coming to these days? Everyone's talking trash about us.
Cooperate at the Happy Margaret Pride Month! Shout out to Sundays!
Happy Pride Month. The police are here again?
Great vegetables.
Great vegetables. How many times has this been now? Our school's gotten famous for all the wrong reasons. They revoked her honor status? The school is so messed
Look
up.
at you! You're just the bottom!
Y'all are just doing all the sound alerts, aren't you? I wonder if the culprit really is from our school.
They were there today too, right? Yeah. What do those damn cops think they are? They can't just stare us all down like that.
Maybe the rumors are true. Maybe there's a phantom thief at our school.
Maybe, most of them.
Okay, quiet down.
The police are here at the school, so be sure not to get in their way. Oh, and For various reasons, the school festival got moved to the 25th. There was talk of canceling it, but we couldn't just do that. I'm sure the preparations will be rough, but don't push yourself too hard. Really? On a weekday? What kind of reasons are there? With all this stuff about the principal and Kamoshida this year, I guess it's no surprise. Thanks for paying your taxes, Seb. Apparently the police are going to be interrogating all of the students here. Seriously? The police are at Shujin. They haven't come to my school. It seems they're calling students individually out of class to speak with them. Wait, does that mean we're gonna get called in too? Second years will start in the afternoon. Make sure you prepare yourselves mentally for this. Yeah, Ryuji, be a dear. Do not, for the love of God, say that you are a phantom thief. They've got to be looking for the culprit, right? Who knows? Be careful, guys. You should probably try not to say too much. They'll see through any lies you might try telling. I know. In any case, don't tell them anything unnecessary. What? What, Pearly? What'd I do now?
Well then, next up is Takamaki-san and you two
us.
will go together. Huh? Why together?
I mean, we're sitting right next to each other.
Why? They'll probably have one of you wait outside.
What? What'd I do now? Why are you angry with me? Why the anger?
That's how they've been doing it so far. Oh yeah, right. Those are the instructions the detectives gave us.
Pearly, if I make a separate 1-point redemption, that's just like, say hello, and it's a little like sound bite that says, hello! Would that make you feel better? If you actually get something out of it? Those are the instructions the detectives gave us.
Just don't say more than is necessary and try and get it over with quick.
Take a seat.
Ah, overbearing detective. Lovely.
We're sorry to take your time. This will be over quick. Let's see. Ah yes, you're the one currently under probation. It says here you had a dispute with Mr. Kamoshida?
Yeah, that
You're
happened.
more hot-blooded than you look.
I feel like if I lie, they're gonna know.
You spend time with quite an interesting group. Yusuke Kitagawa and Haru Okumura? The more friends, the better, right? I'm sorry to have taken your time. You're free to go now. Oh, I almost forgot. There's just one more thing I have to ask you. Do you think the Phantom Thieves are associated with this school?
Is that really true?
We won't know for certain unless we investigate further.
Thank you for your time.
Your responses will serve as great reference material. Takamaki-san is next. Could you ask her to come in?
I don't like that. I don't like that. I think they know. I think they know. Why would they bring up Yusuke?
I got so nervous I almost stuttered a few times. I thought I was used to police questioning by now, too.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I feel, yeah, it feels gross. It feels like they know.
Seems we were all asked the same questions.
That's how they get you. They do that on purpose, then wait for someone to slip up.
I hope you didn't.
It was probably fine. Oh, I would have been done for if they saw how sweaty my hands were, though.
To think my name would come up as well.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me.
Sounds like we can't take the police lightly either.
Hey, didn't you think that detective guy was scary?
The overbearing guy? Yeah. But all cops, honestly. Yeah, he was.
Especially those eyes. It was like they were smiling, but not.
I'm sorry for all of this. It's because of my sister. That's not true, Mako-chan. It's not as though I hadn't predicted this would happen. But now that it's become reality, I'm unsure of what to do. We need to make sure we don't draw suspicion, and work to clear our names. Right? Right.
It ain't your fault, Makoto.
I'm gonna try to see how far along this investigation really is.
I'm worried about the police too, but as of now, anyone in this city could be a mole.
We were so popular too.
Haru, can I ask you to search your father's belongings for clues about a possible culprit? I know it may be tough on you.
If the police haven't already, like, combed through everything.
No, it's okay. Now isn't the time for me to look away. As for everyone else, you need to be cautious of how you spend your time at school. So, I've decided to have you 3 second years join me on the school festival executive committee.
Why?
I was fully expecting Ryuji to go for real.
It will allow us to gather without drawing suspicion. Plus, trying to blend in will only do the opposite.
Fine.
I agree. The more time I have to kill, the more time I'll spend worrying about all this stuff. No matter what happens, I don't want to regret my decisions.
Oh no, Richie! Not to the Reaper. I haven't faced a Reaper yet. I'm scared too. I've been traumatized.
Don't jinx it!
It would be no surprise if they came directly to our homes for questioning.
Cloudy! Hi, Cloudy! Thanks for paying your taxes. Like a good clam.
They showed up at your school after all. I should remain cautious.
You got it. Yeah, I ended up kind of like just popping in, dropping, dropping into your totem, and then vamoosing.
For now, the best option is to stay on the defensive. But we won't make progress at this rate.
Yeah, did you guys know that Cloudy Universe streams Cult of the Lamb? They do. You should contribute to their totem. Make a follower. Get sacrificed. You know, the usual. For now, the best option is to stay on the defensive.
Let's try and figure out who the real culprit is somehow, okay? Of course.
Oh, you know, typical Wednesday. Get thrown in prison. This is bad. Somebody totally framed us. Yup.
Nice.
How's my plant? My plant's doing good. Our continuing coverage on the death of Kinukazu Okumura. Those in the know say authorities are undergoing major restructuring to prepare to arrest the culprit. We've also heard they're willing to resort to unorthodox methods. More on this as it develops.
Now then.
It's getting pretty bad. Make sure you don't let your guard down. How close are we? Any guts and kindness? Somewhat close and definitely close. Okay, so kindness it is. Kindness is what we need. That means it's cleaning day.
Well then.
Yes. Do some cleaning.
Oh.
Sorry.
That should do it for now.
Wow, 1 point.
Hey!
Yes. I have another suggestion. Call for the arrest of the Phantom Thieves, then mobilize the police. The rest will go as you mentioned. Still, I'm truly amazed at the atrocious methods you come up with.
I'm concerned. I am so scared. I wonder what kind of people the culprits are. Probably some idiots with a misguided sense of justice. Look, can't they just arrest those guys already? Special Investigations is on it. I'm sure they'll be caught soon. What kind of people are they? I want to see what they look like. Damn. Fucking the mob mentality throughout this entire game has been really great.
What's going on?
I totally froze up when the cops talked to me. I bet they consider me a suspect now. How much longer are they gonna do this? You should be busy preparing for the school festival right now. Why'd the school decide to have the festival so late anyway? I mean, changing the date just because our school's all over the news? Moving it to next Tuesday only makes more work for us. We won't be able to invite friends from other schools now that we're holding the festival on a weekday. It'll be an inconvenience to anyone we already invited. What about the post-festival party? Will there be enough people for the student sharing special? Student sharing special? What? What is that? It's gonna be a real weird festival with morale so low. I'm curious what that is. The student sharing special. Speaking of the annoying media, we've been getting phone calls in the faculty office. The absurdity of it all. Who exactly are the Phantom Thieves? That's what we want to know. We really have no clue what method they're using. Killing someone without directly interacting with them is like magic. Speaking of magic, did you know that there's magic in math too? A magic square. It's a square in which adding up the numbers in any row, column, or diagonal gives you the same total. Please look at this.
Do you know this one?
I thought we were done with exams. I guess we have more exams to study for eventually. For each column in this magic square. What? I don't think I understand. Okay, wait, hold on. It's math. It's math. Come on. This is just Sudoku, isn't it? No two squares can contain the same number. You need a 1, you need 2, 3, and 5. A 1, 2, 3, and 5. So if you do 7. Well, wait, if you add up that way and that way, then it'll give you a different number. 9, 14, and put a 1. And 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh no, it is 14! I can't math! So if we put a 1 there, and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I guess. Wait. 13. Wait, I can't math. What is math? It's okay, I'm a musician. All I need to do is count to 4. I'm gonna say 15.
Correct.
Add up to 15. Did you like how I counted and everything with my fingers and it didn't work? It's easy once you know which numbers fit the empty squares. Oh, I was even wrong about that. That's why. Oh, that's why I was like, wait, no, that's 14 because I put the 1 in the corner and it's supposed to be a 2 in the corner. A 3x3 square only has one pattern, but a 4x4 square has 880 possibilities. Wow. That is crazy. I'm not writing that down. 5x5 is more than 200 million. I heard it. Too bad I'm already as smart as I can be in game. Now I'm just learning for myself. If you had to choose, would you try to find the Phantom Thieves or solve 200 million magic squares? I'd choose the magic squares, hands down. They might both be magic, but the magic squares can be calculated. And math doesn't kill anyone. Having everyone out there looking for the culprit is getting me down. What do we gotta do as the school festival's exec committee? I'll need help with some questionnaires. What questionnaires? The ones regarding who people want to see as the guest of honor. Alright, that thing they do every year. You mean how those lame guests come to do a panel, right? The festival's dates were changed because of the situation. We need to hurry and tally the results. Come to the student council room once classes are over. That's so boring. Yo, can we see Akechi as a guest of honor? That would be so funny. That would be so hilarious, actually. Don't be like that. It's so we can meet up without standing out. Let's do what we can at the moment. I'm making sure to work hard at home. But you do that all the time. I can look stuff up, so did you find anything, Haru? About that. No good, huh? I'm sorry. It'll arouse suspicion if I ask too many detailed questions. No worries. I'll manage on my end somehow. We're counting on you. I can't go, but message me if anything happens. I'll leave this to you guys. My apologies, but I cannot be of much help in this situation. Yeah, the real Detective Prince, bring in Naoto.
Damn it. We don't have time to be doing crap like this.
You don't need to keep mentioning it. We're doing this to keep suspicions off of us, remember?
Goro Akechi. This one too, Akechi.
You might get your wish.
They're mostly the same over here as well. Everyone's so eloquent when they can be anonymous. It's like they never accepted us to begin with. It would be nice if you did some work too, Ryuji-kun. You came to help us count these, right?
Mans is just on his phone.
Come on, leader. Can you tell him too?
He's fine. He's okay. Just relax, Ryuji.
Aren't you taking this a little too lightly?
Whoa, look here. This ain't good.
Criminal profiling? The acts of thievery committed by the Phantom Thieves are mere fakes. And their true goal is murder? Every heart they changed before Okumura was just a warm-up?
Wow. That is some shitty-ass conspiracy.
So now they're accusing us of being a bunch of killers.
God, this is so effing stupid! Damn it!
We have the results.
Akechi.
First place is Goro Akechi.
What? Akechi?
What are you so surprised for? We've been mentioning him this whole time.
I mean, he was on his phone. He didn't know. He didn't pay attention.
Seriously? Not some singer or an idol?
Man, we could bring Rise.
It's because of us that his popularity has skyrocketed.
We're the ones counting the results. Can't we just make him up? We don't have to get him.
People will figure that out. He won by a landslide.
I knew people would vote for him, but this is way more votes than I was expecting.
It would be best for us to avoid inviting such a clear danger upon ourselves. I'd like a little more time to think about who to ask.
That reminds me. How is Futaba-chan doing? She seemed like she was looking into something on her own. Has she told you anything?
Nope. Let's leave it to her. I believe in my little sister.
You're not gonna get arrested because the police tracked her down, right? That's the last thing we need now.
Even one clue would work wonders for us. We should let her continue with her own investigation. I hope she finds something.
I think it's the one from the dancing game, right? Right? I haven't played that one.
Hey. In response to the police identifying the Phantom Thieves as primary suspects, Goro Akechi had this to say.
Even though my opinion has been met with criticism, I've held fast that the Phantom Thieves are not just. However, I believe the recent series of suspicious deaths is unrelated to their actions.
Okay. Okay. Sure. I'll take it.
What? Did I hear you correctly? But Akechi-san, you were the first to caution everyone about the Phantom Thieves. Were you not?
This doesn't change the fact that they are indeed a dangerous group. That said, I would like to express that immediately linking them to this case is far too hasty. There are still many questions to be answered here. It feels as though there is more to this.
After this conference, Akechi-san announced he will be limiting his media appearances and...
I wonder why the sudden change.
I don't think it's a change. I think he still thinks the same. I think... Wait. But okay, then isn't he the one that did the moida? Like... I mean, I get... If he did the moida, then of course he knows that we didn't do it. But like, why would he... I feel like this goes against what the SIU is trying to do. So maybe he's not under them. Or maybe he is, but this is all just a plan. I'm thinking too much into this. I don't know. I'm super stuck on my Okamura investigation. Seriously? Even you're having trouble with this shit? What should we do? Let's meet up and discuss our options as soon as possible. Tomorrow? The earlier the better, right? Though, I still haven't come up with anything myself. It's said 2 heads are better than 1, so I can only imagine what 8 heads might produce. A good way of thinking. It's totally an Inari idea. Okay, let's do everything we can right now. Even if it means crossing some dangerous bridges. Considering how far we've come, we can't be particular about our methodology.
What are you staring at your phone like that for? Oh, are you going through a breakup?
No, Sojiro. Me and Takemi are doing just fine. That's not it.
Whoa, no need to deny it so seriously. It was just a joke. By the way, you haven't been causing any trouble, have you?
Trouble?
I heard the police showed up at your school.
I'll let them come. No. I mean, Sojiro, you have nothing to worry about. It's okay.
As long as you're not getting involved. Well, fine.
I feel like he knows. Lots to do. Oh, you bet there's lots to do. The police are continuing their investigations and efforts to arrest the Phantom Thieves. Yesterday, they spent the entire day conducting an investigation at a high school. However, it is unclear if they found any clues, and unease among citizens is at its peak. The government has been criticized by the public for allowing such a dangerous group to run free.
Come on.
Yo. Yo.
What happened with that Akechi kid? You hear anything from him? Well... I'm gonna just, say hi.
Please head to the exam room.
Oh, I do have a mug. I have a black mug to give her.
Well, which do you want?
We need...
I guarantee the results for each one.
We need so much.
You want that one?
Yeah, I'm
Here
gonna
you go.
need at least 3 of these. Ooh, revive all? That's a hefty price!
That should work.
We should have at least one though, right? We should have at least one. Okay. I think we're
Take
okay.
care. Is that kid around? No, this is I went to the wrong place. Right, that's you. Yeah, because the kid is the one that gives me kindness. That's what I need. I need kindness. Red light, crossroads, theater, promenade, shopping district, temple. What? I'm trying to get. Okay, fine. 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 I apologize.
Oh, the twins? Nah. See, I got rejected. Let's go Velvet Room.
What are you gonna do today?
Alright. Where are we going? To the museum! Hey Chainsaw Man, how are you? Welcome back. Apparently, such places collect many objects solely for the purpose of displaying them. Autumn is supposedly referred to as the season of the arts in your world, so it is especially appropriate timing. You're gonna pay your taxes for this? Damn, that's generous. That is generous. Art is an expression of the heart. It echoes the soul of both artists and viewers, or so I've heard. The strength of one's heart is the strength of their persona. I am certain this place shall aid the inmate's rehabilitation. Does this location sound familiar to you? Escort us there immediately!
What'll you do?
To the museum!
Let's go, inmate. Onward, inmate.
We shall see for ourselves. You don't want to look at art? I want to look at art. I see. Our prior information was correct. There seem to be a great number of objects on display here. Are these all art exhibits? I've heard of them before. Apparently they involve humans' aesthetic senses or something. Let's go inspect the premises. Are you even capable of appreciating art properly?
What?
What do you mean by that? Stop shouting so loudly. The signs prohibit it. I know. Anyway, let's go appreciate some art already. Pearly did it. Pearly paid their tax. Thank you for paying your taxes, Pearly. The number of pieces on display far exceeded my expectations. Art sure does take many forms, though. Some of the work was downright photorealistic. Actually, wouldn't it be easier to just take photos in these situations? And what's with those portraits, or whatever they're called? What's the point of painting a giant human face?
If you don't send for your friends, what the fuck are you even doing?
It's true. Thank you, Democrat. Those landscapes are even more incomprehensible. What is so interesting about paintings of some dull terrain? Where's the fun in painting living humans or scenery just so that other humans can look at it? Self-satisfaction? You mean that artists only craft what they want to see exist? And then they just sit back and listen to people discuss and appreciate their work in places like this? Such a pointless gesture, yet so human at the same time. Speaking of, there was one exhibit that looked like a bunch of scribbles. Why would something like that be displayed? I can understand different art having different levels of craftsmanship, but wasn't that simply on par with a child's? No. If anyone is the child here, it's you. Even I could sense something special from that painting.
Excuse me?
What are you on about? It's scribbles, any way you look at it. The face is all screwed up, the nose and the ears are wrong. That painting is an accurate depiction of the darkness within the human heart. How unfortunate, Caroline. It seems you lack even a shred of aesthetic sense. Excuse me? I'll tell you who's lacking. Justine, you're lacking proper eyesight.
No.
Perhaps you lack any sense at all. Sounds like you need a good shock to the brain. The same could be said for you. Hey, inmate. Are you going to tell me that mess of a sketch is actually art? I mean... The one that's specifically coming into my mind, I'm pretty sure they're talking about Picasso or referencing Picasso, but I'm just thinking about like Jackson Pollock. Because that really is just like splatter paints. It's challenging. I get what you mean, at least I think. And I think you're merely evading the question. I suppose we will call this one a draw for now. Say, did you see the painting that looked like a bunch of scribbles? Apparently it's worth 500 million yen. What? Even my youngest could make something that looked like that.
What?
500 million? That makes no sense whatsoever. I wholly agree with you on that. This requires further study. Let us continue to inspect the premises. We saw a great deal of interesting displays. But that last sculpture we saw, that was nothing but a tasteless reproduction of a naked body. Are you going to tell me that counts as art too? I thought this human concept of beauty simply took many forms, but it has spread all the way into the realm of the bizarre. Why do humans even pursue this beauty in the first place? Do you also waste your efforts striving towards beauty, inmate? I'm already beautiful! From where do you muster such stupendous confidence? My maxed out charm? We'll see how you feel after I stuff you into a trash can. But anyway, we've seen the art that humans are so fond of. Sorry, this assignment is officially complete. Here is your reward. Regenerate 3, okay. I still haven't learned why some of the humans call autumn the season of the arts, though. Well, whatever. How about we head back and try to make our own paintings? A fine idea. What shall we paint? A guillotine? The master?
Fine. Let's go home.
We'll figure it out when we're back. Hey, inmate, get to stepping. Alright, alright, alright. I like the guillotine idea. I like that. It is Sunday. What does that detective think he's doing? He's just trying to get popular, isn't he? He wants to stand out. Just hurry up and arrest the Phantom Thieves already. I'm curious. It seems like he knows something. He does. I bet he found out some really juicy secret.
Makoto, has Nijima-san told you anything about the investigation?
Not the guillotine. Guillotine for as hunkies for billionaires. Billionaires. That's hard to say.
Well, Sis actually stopped mentioning anything about work in front of me. It's possible I made some sort of mistake. Regardless, I thought over the matter of who we're going to invite for our school festival. I'm considering asking Akechi-kun.
Well, he did win by a landslide, and I don't think he's really on our side, but he's not on their side, which I guess is more important. Or at least he's not super hungry to turn us in.
For real?
Aha. 156.
Weren't you talking about how you didn't want to draw danger to us or whatever?
I understand this is dangerous. But without a powerful source of intel, we won't be able to win against the police network. And I can no longer rely on my sister for information.
Wait, is this because of Akechi-kun's police connections? You're going to use him as your powerful source of intel? Bold move. I'm surprised to hear that suggestion coming from you, Makoto.
Did you see his press conference yesterday? One of his comments defending the Phantom Thieves stood out to me. There is more to this. I think he said that knowing for certain that the Phantom Thieves would be watching.
Still, there will be so many other students at the school festival. What are the odds of success?
It's a gamble. And the odds are less than favorable. But we can no longer afford to hesitate. What are your thoughts? Should we invite Akechi-kun?
No, invite Naoto. Yeah. No, I don't want to leave it to you. I'm the leader here. Sorry, Makoto. I respect you, but I'm the one that makes the decision. I'm the anime protagonist. This should be fine.
Okay, then. Is everyone else okay with that?
I'm good. Whatever he says has got to be more reliable than what I've been able to come up with.
It would be reassuring to gain him as an ally, rather than simply a source of information.
Hold on, how are we even gonna get in touch with him? It's not like we got his contact info.
Actually.
Look at you! You're just the bottom!
We do. We've been hanging out with him.
Could you send that my way, please? I'll contact him right away.
Gotta say, I'm really not big on this Akechi deal.
Yeah, call him right now, put him on speaker, and have all of us talk to him.
Now's no time to be petty.
Just think of him as a source of intel, nothing more.
I mean, Pearly, remember how, like, fuckboy his messages are. It would be fine.
I have a response already. He says, let me think about it.
Wait a sec. Didn't he say he wasn't gonna do any more stuff for the media?
That's likely why he's so hesitant.
What are we gonna do if he turns us down?
I'll keep trying. Maybe frustrating, but he's all we have at the moment. We need him to do it no matter what.
We're counting on you, Makoto.
Damn, we couldn't get our smoothie. Who would have thought we'd end up relying on Akechi?
Hey!
Yeah. Oh, I need to buy more plant nutrients.
Oh!
Yes! The plant! The plant has made us kind!
Alright.
Yes!
Sojiro! Sojiro, I'm kind!
I'll just add this.
Miku Tayo. I'm kind. I'm kind enough for Sojiro now. I should be able to help them with my level of kindness. Yes! Yes!
All right, then.
This is what I wanted! Futaba, what's wrong? It's not like you to come here this late. Look, Sojiro. Uncle's bank info, transaction history, credit details. I've got tons of dirt on him. How'd you get your hands on this stuff? Hacking, of course. Uncle's in loads of debt. He'll never win a suit against us now that we have all his data. This is a criminal offense, you idiot. There's no way we'd be able to use this stuff in court. But...
Jeez.
I've known all along how badly in debt he is. He's not going to try and take custody back, so don't go doing stupid crap like this, okay? But Sojiro, I only did it because of all that stuff he said to you. About that, I've been thinking, when push comes to shove, I wasn't there to help you. So, you know, maybe there's somewhere better for you out there. Somewhere better? Am I not supposed to be here? Am I just in the way? No, that's not it. You don't want me either, Sojiro? That's not what I meant. I just think it might be better for your own sake. Fine. I still have Clam and Mona and all the others. You can just stay here and play with your stupid coffee beans. The exit's the other way, Futaba. She likes you guys way more than she likes me. That's not true! You just said some fuck shit, but, that's not true. Makes sense, though. You're the ones who saved her, after all. Where did I go wrong? I really did try to care for Futaba. Look where that got me, though. I told myself she was the reason I kept making Wakaba's curry here. But deep down, I think that was just an excuse to stay distant. At the end of the day, the coffee and the curry people love so much are both just excuses. They're still delicious! That's because I spent more time in this cafe than I ever did trying to talk to Futaba. I'm gonna go out to smoke, try to cool off a bit. Sorry to lay this on you, but can you go after Futaba for me? Head upstairs. Clam. You wanna maybe talk about it? Yeah, thanks. You know, Mom used to talk about Sojiro tons when I was little. How good he was at making curry, how interesting he was to talk to. I remember everything. I even remember how she smiled when she talked about him. Mom really liked Sojiro. I said some real mean stuff tonight. It's not his fault Mom's incident happened. It's not his fault I shut myself away from the world. And because of me, Sojiro lost a crap ton of money. I just thought I'd be able to stay here with him if my hacking worked. You guys are one awkward duo, but I guess we're a trio now, so, you should tell him that. Yeah, you're right. Futaba, can I come in? Uh-huh. Sojiro, Look, I'm sorry about what I said just now. And well, if it's okay with you...
Hope having a great man! Shout out to... Sundays!
Oh, thank you, Democrat. Hi, Soapy! I hope you're having a good day. I want you to stay here. Forever. Forever? I know it might be more fun living with people your age, like Clam. But I'll do my damnedest to see things from your perspective. So, will you stay with me? Is that some kind of proposal? Hey, but you're laughing. You're as exhausting as ever. Hey, Sojiro. I know I've caused you a lot of trouble, but I really do want to be here. So, let's keep living together. Futaba. Sorry for not saying that sooner. Oh, and thanks for taking in someone as horrible as me. Are you sure I'm good enough? I wouldn't want anyone else. No hesitation. Don't come complaining to me if you regret it. Actually, I'm not gonna let you regret it. If you ever need help, just tell me. I might not be graceful, but I'll be there to protect you. And you can stay with me for as long as you'd like. Forever if you want. I will. Forever. I can't wait to keep sorta living with you too, Clam. It's almost time for the live stream. The director's gonna be on this week. I'm out of here. Bye. Damn. I was such a fool. My whole life, I've taken the easy way out to avoid these kinds of conflicts. Mama. I didn't stand up for Wakaba when I knew something was off, and I didn't stand up for you either. Instead, I went on and on about how you can't fight back against the laws of our society. How you should just accept the hand you're dealt in life. But those were mere excuses I made to keep myself in line. They gave me the easy way out I wanted so badly. Maybe instead of all that coffee crap, I should have been teaching you not to make the same mistakes I did. There I go, ranting again. But I feel like I managed to put a lot behind me today. Thanks for making me realize what's really important in life. Hey. Our bonds. They are stronger. Right. Rank 7.
I'm going home.
I better head home too. Don't stay up too late, okay? I don't want you oversleeping. What is the point of that? What's the point of that? You need to have max rank kindness to even have this interaction. Why would they give you kindness as a reward when you need max rank kindness? What's the point? There's a what? Well, shit. Here I was thinking that, like, I was doing so good. I was, like, maxing up my ranks. I was, like, full everything. And now I'm like, fuck. There's a max plus? God damn it. You get to talk. I talked to Futaba again after that. Don't know how it took me so long when we've been so close, but I finally had an honest conversation with her. How do I say this? It feels like we're a real family now, not just pretending to be one. And that's only because you helped us connect, so thanks for that. I wish there was an option to be like, thanks, Dad, or you're welcome, Dad. I'm glad. Yeah, damn it, listen to me. Even I'm getting embarrassed. What am I doing? Calling some guy up and rambling about my feelings. But I guess you're not exactly an ordinary guy yourself. I'm hanging up while I've still got some dignity. See you tomorrow. Well, now I don't know if you're telling the truth or not, Pearly. That feels like you're just kind of covering up.
Good morning.
Oh, hey Yoshizawa.
Well...
Senpai, have you been sleeping well? You look kind of tired. It might not be my place to ask, but are you okay? What do you mean?
No.
Never mind. It's nothing. That reminds me, tomorrow's the school festival, isn't it? Yo, hey Stewie, what's up? How are you? Is your class finished with preparations? It feels kind of nice working with everyone to put all the things together. I hope we all have some fun tomorrow. I'm gonna do some training today, so please excuse me.
Hey.
You hear who we're getting for our guest this year? Oh, you mean Akechi, right? I kinda saw that coming. Everyone I know voted for him. Didn't he say he wasn't going to make any more appearances, though? Why'd he agree to come here? It probably has to do with the Phantom Thieves. Wasn't Akechi going around saying how evil they were before? Oh yeah, that proves they're connected to our school somehow then. Hey, you're right. I almost read that as you right. I can't read to save my life, you guys. How you put up with me like talking about all this out loud and saying all the voice lines and everything is beyond me. Maybe he'll tell us some stuff about the case. No way am I gonna miss the panel this year. They just say whatever they want with no thought. But for now, we'll just need to endure it. At least until we get some more intel. I met a friend from college the other day. We got caught up talking about old times. Some of those old stories sounded too crazy to be true now that we've got so many years behind us. Sometimes people have a hard time remembering what's real and what's exaggerated. This kind of stuff happens to you guys too, right? There's a reason for this. This phenomenon has a name too.
How about you?
From a psychological standpoint, what's a key reason our memories can differ from reality? Memory bias.
This is it. Right.
It's a type of cognitive bias that can impair or even alter your memories. Yeah. Cognitive bias. I don't think I need to write this down, but I'm going to anyway. False memory. Like the name implies, it's a case where our brain can generate memories that simply aren't true. For real. You know, I've thought about that. Like, you guys ever think about, like, are your memories actually your memories, or did you make them up? Did you, like, daydream them? Because, like, I have a couple memories from, like, childhood that are, like, I'm dead ass. I know that they happened. But then when I ask someone about it, then, like, someone that would have been there for that moment, they're just like, what are you talking about? It's like, am I the only one?
Nice going!
Something will help but won't hurt. Yeah. You never know. The difference between inaccurate memories and the facts can lead to a lot of confusion. Still, if your subconscious desire manifests as a memory, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. You don't think that's a bad thing? To have, like, a memory that's not true? But it's totally real to the person, right? What a strange concept. I mean, when you put it that way, Pearly. Oh, our grades, that's right, we did our exams. Top of the class! The most studious disguise. We're top of the class, y'all. Any word from Akechi? Nothing. But tomorrow's the start of the school festival. Will this be okay? If Akechi-kun declines our offer, we won't have a guest. Huh? That's what you're worried about? I appreciate the concern, but it will be fine. I just need to get Akechi-kun to agree to this somehow. Yep. What's that bastard up to anyways? Memories are so faulty, it's absurd. It really truly is. I'm trying to think, like, I think I only have really a handful of, like, memories that I remember from when I was, like, little. And all of it was trauma related. I guess another interesting thing about the internet is the internet never forgets, right? Like, the internet will always remember Clam McMilf. Even if I forget Clam McMilf. It will always live. He hasn't said or done anything since said he was going into hiding. I'm not sure. I'll try explaining the circumstances surrounding the school festival to him again. Hopefully he can give me a reason or a response by the end of the day. I'll let you know if I can make any progress on that front. I think we're gonna end up having to call him. Coming home from my second job. Oh, never mind.
Welcome home.
I don't have to call him. He's here. Miku da yo. He's literally here. What? What the fuck? Honey, I'm home.
You're back awfully late. How has business been for you lately?
Take a look around.
Woo! I'm excited. I'll let you know when it gets here, Soapy.
Is the Nijima lady doing well?
Unfortunately, we haven't seen each other lately. We had a difference of opinion.
What are your thoughts, Representative Shido?
Oh, it's Pitbull!
It doesn't surprise me that people say our country is lethargic. We've let these phantom thieves run amok.
Amok.
And because they've targeted only prominent figures, our government leaders have been hesitant to act. I apologize for any concern they may have caused, and will henceforth search for an apt countermeasure.
Okay, Sophie, okay. I'll make sure to record myself opening the box for you.
That politician's really honorable. I like how quick he says he's gonna do everything.
Pompous guy, you've been wrong before.
An undertaking, and one I intend to confront with every asset available to me. The selfish criminals enacting this social reform are in fact the ones most deserving of reformation. Answering to the interests of the people as hastily as possible is my natural duty as a politician.
Mr. Take over the worldwide.
Man, this guy is admirable.
Rampant political scandals. Thieves on the loose. As sad as it is, this is the state of our nation. We must resolve this problem. And I assure the people of this noble country that I will do just that.
I feel I've met that man somewhere before. Multiple times, actually.
What are you standing there staring off into space for? You're creeping me out.
I mean, you're standing too. No, it's nothing. Don't worry about
I'm
it.
not worried or anything. You're just blocking the store entrance.
That politician is honest and carries an overwhelming amount of charisma.
Listen, I have as much charisma, if not more. Look at my level of charm.
It feels like a trustworthy leader for Japan has finally come forth. Don't you think, boss?
Sorry, wasn't listening.
Criminals, hmm? Well, that must be how he sees it.
I like how Sojiro's whole shtick about, like, anytime someone asks him for, like, his opinion on, like, a political topic or, like, his opinion on something, he's like, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. And they just drop it.
However, that is ignorant of their true nature.
True nature?
If these people attack others with no remorse, why would they make a teacher and an artist apologize? Could a murder truly have been enacted by the same group? If this Okumura incident was not the Phantom Thieves, if they only changed the hearts of criminals, then even though they can't be considered innocent, perhaps my goals are not so different from theirs.
Oh? I mean, listen, Akechi doesn't think we're innocent. Akechi does not agree with our methods. Let's put it that way. This is the funny option. This is funny, haha. But no, I'm gonna just... They're innocent, Akechi.
I knew there was something special about you. Ever since the first time we met. I feel as though I could tell you anything during our conversations. Oh, that reminds me. I've been invited to a panel at Shujin Academy, and... wait. I'm sure you know that already.
I sure do.
Considering it's such a good opportunity, I've decided to accept the offer. Thank you for the coffee. It was delicious.
Glad you liked it.
I'm happy I could see you. I'll be going now.
Oh, I mean, you did show up to my literal home. That kid was going on about some real complicated stuff. He's probably a fair bit smarter than you, huh? No, I'm the top of my class, Sojiro. Look at my report card. I didn't notice I had gotten a response from Akechi-kun. He accepted the lecture invitation. Should I undermine her? Just be like, I found out before you did. No, that'd be so mean. You may be the queen, but I am the clam, and I heard about it first. Really? Either way, the real issue is what we do next. The lecture is on the afternoon of the second day, yes? Wait, you're coming to our school festival? It's during my exam week, so I'll be able to go in the afternoon. Can you afford that distraction? How's your studying going? Decently. Incidentally, will that counselor be at the festival as well? Oh, Dr. Maruki? Probably. I see. Finally, I shall witness his skills for myself. Oh, okay, so Yusuke hasn't gone to see him yet. So far, everyone's gone and talked to Maruki except Yusuke. Perhaps I should prepare a gift. They say first impressions are everything. I don't know if he'll even be there, but if anything gets confirmed, I'll drop you a line. Much obliged. You want to come too, Futaba? Come on, it'll be fun. Seriously? I don't see why not. We should all walk around together tomorrow. Ah yes, let's have all the Phantom Thieves in one place, while Akechi-kun is also just happens to be there. At a time like this? This is the perfect chance for us to relax, though. Haru, you sure you're okay? This seems a little soon. I am, thank you. I've just always dreamed of walking around my school festival with friends. I suppose if you say it like that, I can resign myself to enjoying our time there too. Thanks, Haru. It's my pleasure.
Yo.
Perfect.
Oh.
I guess you can't judge a book by its cover. You made it yourself. Don't let up on the finals. We do have finals. Okay, so there is more. What did he give us? We're LeBlanc charm. Fuck. Ah! Toad! Oh my god, Toad, hi! How are you? Oh, that makes sense. It was made with coffee beans. I was drawn in before I knew it. His articulate words moved me to the core. This country's got a first-rate economy with a cut-rate government. He's a rare specimen. Our souls resonate on the same frequency. Exceptional people can recognize one another. You'll see one day. Fuck you, guy. Conducted a survey about the Phantom Thieves, who have been the target of intensifying criticism. Close to 90% of respondents say they do not support the Phantom Thieves. The whole world's against us now. This could be bad. Well, we are maximum kind. We need guts. Okay. You know? Oh, we'll go stronger soon. We could get the next rank with Hifumi. Yeah. I think that's a good idea. That's right. Your next opponent will finally be a professional. My client's a big shot in the Pro Shogi Players Association, so I worked really hard to set it up. But... Is this young man a fan of yours, Hifumi? No, Mother. He's my shogi friend. I told you about him, remember? Your shogi friend, Let me just say this. I hope you're not harboring any weird feelings for Hifumi. Mother! As I'm sure you're already aware, you are not allowed to date, young lady. You've started to attract a number of new male fans with all of your photo spreads.
Yes.
Yes, Mother. You get 50 guys like him once you're famous. I need you to accomplish the things I was never able to do. Ooh. I don't like you. Now I'm going to work. Don't wait up for me. I understand.
Sorry.
I apologize. That must have been quite a shock. Yeah, so much of a shock that the guy is behind you. That woman is definitely gossiping about what she just saw. Yeah, I have so many questions. I have so many questions. I'm gonna just say she's scary. That was quite honest of you. Not altogether inaccurate, though. My father is ill and unable to work, so my mother supports us. My mother used to be a local TV announcer, but she had to quit to take care of my father. My father was a pro shogi player. He's usually calm, but when he played, you could really feel his spirit. He never hesitated when making a move, just like a king. I really admired him, so I started playing shogi too. But after pouring everything he had into shogi, he suddenly collapsed one day. In my mother's eyes, shogi stole both her dream and her husband. And yet she tells me to keep playing. She wants me to achieve her dreams. I should be working to help support us. I want to become a professional so that I can make enough money to ease my parents' burden. I do photo shoots and interviews hoping they'll add some money to our household income. But it's honestly quite difficult for me. I don't think her mom's gonna understand. That's a tough situation to be in, because I don't think it's as easy as like, oh, you should just stop. Because then, you know, you have that guilt over like, how's your family going to be, you know? But I think for her, that's the best thing. I'm happy that you're so concerned about me. But when I think about my mother, no one sees me as a shogi player anymore. They no longer recognize my skills. I'm not playing shogi in the hopes of becoming an idol. I simply love my family, and I want to support them through our troubles. This isn't good. I shouldn't be focusing on such negative topics before I match. Well then, let's play. Today, I'm going to be throwing a lot of offensive moves at you. This will teach you how to escape from disadvantageous situations. Trust is growing. We are rank 5.
All right.
Are you ready? That aura, my right eye is twitching. Now, it's time to unleash my hidden evil eye.
I'll start.
To a fair match. Oh, she's so cool.
Until next time.
That wasn't so bad. Let's continue our lessons next time. Ah! Sorry, that was the controller on the table. Do you have a moment? I apologize for my mother's rude behavior earlier. She's been on edge lately. My male fans are beginning to concern her. She didn't mean to offend you at all. I hope you'll accept my apology in her place. You've got a lot to deal with. My apologies. I didn't mean to cause you any unnecessary worry. I'll be sure to talk to her about you. No doubt my lack of skill is what caused my mother to be so hypersensitive. I intend to improve my skills so I can become an established player and put my mother at ease. So then, let us both work hard for our goals. Goodbye for now. Damn. There's a lot on that girl's shoulders. Festival time! Oh, the gang's all here.
Seems to be a success.
There's even maids.
There's definitely a lot more people than last year.
Even though it's a weekday.
Well, yeah. This place got famous and all. Phantom Thieves, Kamoshida, Principal Kobayakawa. On top of that, we got Akechi as a guest.
There may be police officers in plainclothes, too. Actually, they probably are here. We better be careful about what we discuss. Acting like normal students is going to be important. What do you normally do at a school festival?
Look around at the exhibits and eat stuff?
There's no set rules for this kind of thing. Walk around and hang out, like when we went to the beach.
Yeah, no, Ryuji's right in this one, yeah.
Hanging out isn't precisely the focus of the school festival.
No, that's definitely the focus.
More importantly, it's possible that both your names have come up during the investigation.
A number of the teachers had been questioned before, and even we were interviewed the other day too.
Don't let your guard down too much. It's true that the initial members have been at this for a long time, making it easier to get tracked.
Yeah, but school festivals are usually open to, like, the public, you know? Like, look, Yusuke's here too.
All right.
Now, let's leave it at that. We just need to be mindful about what we're saying, correct? Oh,
You seem to be having quite a lot of fun, Haru. You did mention that you were looking forward to this.
I want to go around with everyone and eat at the refreshment stands.
This'll be a great change of pace from all the nasty stuff lately. Shall we head off to the stands then?
To the food! Let's do it.
Oh, right. This is your first time at our school festival.
They're pretty good, from what I've heard.
I know a great one.
I know, right, Ryuji? Yeah, make sure not to tell anyone that we are the Phantom Thieves.
Follow me. This is the place.
Takoyaki stall.
Made takoyaki?
New customers. I'll show you all to your seats.
So, it's your class's stand.
It's still a refreshment stand, isn't it? It's like a deserted island here.
Well, I guess it's good for talking since there aren't any people here.
We heard a lot of rumors even on our way here.
And it was all bullshit.
Here she comes. Act normal.
Who cares? There's nothing normal about this anymore.
You know, I guess that is the most normal that Ryuji could be.
Welcome home. May I take your order?
Take my order? What happened to the maid atmosphere?
There are a lot of odd flavors.
Stick to a normal one. I bet they...
I'm so sorry. We sold our last normal one to the previous customer.
The hell?
What?
Well then, I'll have the mentai cheese takoyaki.
Mentai cheese?
I'm sorry. We're out of cod roe.
Then how about the squid?
We're currently out catching squid. It'll probably take another 5 or 6 hours.
What do you have?
That doesn't even sound remotely possible. Ain't this whole menu just a sham?
Actually, we spent most of our budget on making the maid costumes look nice. We didn't put too much effort into the octopus.
Isn't that the point of the stall?
Oh, I can see that.
Ryuji, you're making a scene. Then, what would you recommend with what you have now?
That would be the Russian takoyaki.
We'll have that, please.
This will take a little time.
Let's forget about the octopus and get back on topic.
On that note, hearing Kamoshida being almost treated like a victim makes me want to eat my stress away.
I've even heard conjecture that the principal was targeted for reasons like he knew too much.
I kept hearing about Goro Akechi's popularity.
It's potato. Oh no, you might be right.
All thanks to the Phantom Thieves.
There's no octopus in it at all, it's just a baked potato.
You know, did that Akechi guy agree to show up here because he believes we didn't kill anybody?
Or he may simply love large gatherings.
I don't think that's it.
Oh, true. He didn't seem like he minded being pampered by the media at all.
We plan on stealing intel, but we might fall into another trap. I'm gonna be bummed if that happens.
You're gonna be more than just bummed, I think. Is the takoyaki done yet?
You are so carefree. Does it mean that you have nerves of steel in any situation?
I'm just hungry. I want food. I haven't eaten dinner.
Still, it doesn't change the fact that we don't know what Akechi-kun is planning.
Thank you for the wait.
Ooh, it's fresh made.
That sounded like a microwave, but okay.
Lies. I heard a microwave go off.
Well, it's not like I was expecting crispy takoyaki at a school festival or anything. So, what makes this a Russian takoyaki?
Could there be jam in it as a secret ingredient?
Jam?
That sounds quite delicious.
Well, one of these is special.
What do you mean? Oh, it's a Russian roulette takoyaki. Oh, I wonder which one it is.
That's gotta be the one.
Dude, don't tell me the Russian part means...
It's like going for the obvious one is manly.
Is that so?
Oh, maybe it'll raise my guts.
Well, I prefer the most beautifully shaped one. But all of them are misshapen.
Oh, aren't you all going to eat? I think I'll go for the special one.
No, Haru. I want it.
Honestly going for it?
I want it.
Do you want to go for the red one?
I want it.
Ooh, impressive as always.
Oh, everyone's all here.
The panel isn't until tomorrow, though.
I came to check out the venue. I can't make any mistakes since a lot of people will be present.
Someone's eager.
Look at Ryuji's bug eyes. He's just like...
But people ended up recognizing me. Everyone bombarded me with questions.
You didn't even come with a disguise.
That's because you were sloppy. I grew tired of the baseless rumors they kept bringing up, so I escaped to where there weren't any people.
No.
I wouldn't have one of these.
No! Akechi, that was mine! That was my takoyaki!
The special one!
Let's just call this my performance fee.
I hope it burns your tongue.
But...
It's fine.
Ryuji's like, let it happen. Let it happen.
It's quite the...
Eating it in one bite is a bad idea.
My throat. This is... Oh, my stomach. It burns.
Are you okay? Do you need water?
Yeah, before the Phantom Thieves kill someone else.
I'm fine. I just love spicy stuff.
This man is suffering.
Hey, does he sound broken to you?
Well then, I'll see you tomorrow.
Wow, he's really trying to hold it together. He's waddling around like some comedian.
It's like he wants to get picked up for some commercial or something.
And he waddled away. Waddle.
But did he truly come to simply check the venue?
I don't think so. I think he wanted to, like, talk to us or something.
This isn't good. I keep suspecting every little thing.
I know what you mean. I'm doing the same too. I need to do my best tomorrow. We need to somehow get him to be our source of intel.
Right, like he walked away like...
I'm gonna pull this off no matter what. That Akechi guy. When he got here, didn't he say that everyone's all here?
You're right. He did.
Everyone?
You're just imagining things.
Nope. Ryuji, my little sister is correct. She is right.
So, I guess we got through all of it okay?
What? Probably, why am I apologizing? What? I said you were a nerd. Lovingly. I guess we got through all of it okay?
Yes, but the associated mental fatigue was extraordinary. Being cautious takes a lot out of you.
Seriously, I think I'm as tired now as I am after midterms.
I didn't mind any of that. I just love seeing that detective gulp down the special takoyaki. I had fun as well, since I got to spend time with you all.
What would you like to do now, Haru? Walk around a little more?
I appreciate the gesture, but I'm satisfied with stopping here. Why don't we go home and rest up? We'll have to deal with Akechi-kun again tomorrow, after all. I have to agree. What will his next move be?
You wish Haru got it? I wish I got it. I wanted that takoyaki. Yusuke's missing. Oh, he went to go talk to Maruki. Where'd he wander off to? Always doing whatever he pleases. Think he's still checking out all the festival stalls.
Let's head back.
I'm sure he'll be fine. This is Yusuke we're talking about. Let's head home. Excuse me. You are Dr. Takuto Maruki, correct?
Yes.
Yes?
I
am Yusuke Kitagawa. I am a student in the Fine Arts Division at Kosei High. I do apologize for interrupting your day, but ever since Ryuji and An first spoke of you, I've grown quite intrigued. Now I wish to speak with you as well. Oh, Sakamoto-kun and Takamaki-san.
Quite.
Well, I'm flattered that you've taken an interest in me. You're here about the counseling, correct?
Indeed.
Correct. Let me move right up to you. Now teach me how to unshackle the human heart and glimpse into its endless abyss.
Hold on.
Whoa! Hold on there. How should I put this? Your enthusiasm is appreciated, but I suspect there's a huge misunderstanding about what I do. I apologize, I simply couldn't contain my excitement. Would you still permit me to witness your counseling skills in action? That's not really allowed.
How about it?
But how about this? Why not try out my counseling yourself instead? Me? Of course, there's no charge. All you'd have to do is chat with me for a bit.
Well then.
You and I shall go head to head. I'm not sure what you think happens in counseling, but there won't be any of that. I see, so you were Madarame-san's. It's in the past. How curious, I never imagined counseling to be like this.
Well,
I'd say this is less counseling and more about building rapport. When someone first comes to see me, we always start with them telling me a bit about themselves. A method of self-reflection that relies on speaking with another person so as to sort through one's own emotions. That's rather similar to the internal cross-examination I perform when working on my art. There really shouldn't be any cross-examining in a proper counseling session, though. I just do my best to guide patients in a positive direction so they can improve their lives. At the very least, I talk them through their problems so they can make correct choices for themselves.
I see.
However, if you're the one leading them to their conclusions, are they truly making the choices for themselves? Isn't that just submitting to another person's will? In all honesty, I'm sure there are people out there who think that. But life in this world confines people to certain frames of mind sometimes, and without them even realizing it. If I can help lift the weight off of shoulders and free their minds, I believe the results are worth it.
Indeed. Thank you.
Thank you very much for speaking with me. This has been a most valuable experience.
Oh, yes.
Before you go, Kitagawa-kun, what would you say is your greatest wish in life at the moment? Would it be success as an artist? No, that's not it. The only desire I have for my art is for it to improve through my own efforts. I see. Then what would you wish for? I would wish for the world to see my mother's painting for the masterpiece that it is, no matter how briefly. And if at all possible, I would also wish to meet a wonderful master, one who would take me in and guide me with my brush. Guide my brush with care. I see.
All right.
At any rate, I must be going now, so please excuse me. I hope we meet again someday. was some cool insight.
Well then.
Alright, tomorrow's the panel with Akechi. Apologies for suddenly disappearing like that. It's at 9. The legend of the lost Inari has come to an end. Where the hell were you? Did you seriously get lost? I saw a man who resembled Dr. Maruki, so I went to see him. So he was there? Did he go to his counseling? Yes, it was certainly not what I was expecting. Once this is all over, I think I'd like to go to another session. Try not to cause him any trouble, alright? I'll do my best. Are you all at home? Yeah. Are you still at school, Yusuke? No, I just got back to my dorm. I'm getting ready for bed. Already? Is that unusual? Tomorrow is Akechi-kun's panel, after all. An early night means he'll be able to concentrate tomorrow. That's true. We'll need to stay focused tomorrow. We need to stay calm no matter what he says. I'll keep that in mind. It's really up to Makoto to get as much information as we can from Akechi. We'll have to make sure we don't miss anything. Photo! Oh, the photo from the food stand! Oh, look at them! Oh my god, they're so cute! Oh my god, look at them! Man, even yakisoba looks high class when Haru's eating it. Please, you're exaggerating. I think this is my first time having yakisoba from a food stand, though. It was more delicious than I'd imagined. It was! It wasn't the instant stuff, but still good. Yeah, don't know why, but food from the stall is weirdly tasty. Speaking of, where are the pictures of us, Anne? Or An? You got pics of us too, right? About the one you took of Clam's yakisoba with the big red mountain of ginger? Oh! No, that one went straight into the trash. I had dry seaweed all over my teeth. Damn, we don't get to see that. Okay. What is the plan? We need kindness. And we can't go out.
Okay. Oh!
Is there anything here that, I guess that, but I already played through that. Nothing makes me kinder. Oh, what about Tanaka's? Oh, you're right, Pearly. We did raise kindness. We need guts. That's what we need. Ooh. Yeah, curse damage to all. Let's do that. I think that's good. Just that. In that case, if we need guts...
You want to do it?
Train.
Yes!
Begin
Nice
training. I think this is my first time actually doing it. Moist protein? Take protein, take moist protein. What is the difference? Let's do the moist one.
Now, let's carry out our plan. Okay.
Alright. Definitely don't bring down the roof.
Hey! Nice going!
We did it. Max HP by 5.
Alright.
And by 2. That did not raise my guts like I thought it would. But that's okay. We got HP out of it.
Well then, we will now begin today's panel. Our guest of honor is Goro Akechi.
I feel kind of bad considering how many people have gathered. I'm sure you all would have been happier to have a singer or a mascot appear, wouldn't you say?
No, they all requested you.
We'd appreciate if you could tell us about your experiences with the notorious Phantom. It'd be wonderful if you could let us hear more about your actual investigative process.
I'm not used to being the one interrogated, so please go easy on me.
How much do you think he knows?
I think he knows. I think he knows everything. Or at least as much as he can without potentially going in himself. Or if he was the killer, then he knows everything. Hey Alistar, what's up? How are you? Wow, Automod says no. There you go.
He talks about the Phantom Thieves are dangerous, yet he says they haven't committed any murders. Either he has an idea who the true culprit is, or he has uncovered the identities of the Phantom Thieves.
That one.
Come on, Makoto. You gotta get it out of him.
As much as you're allowed to say, would you tell us how far along your investigation is on them?
Getting right to the point, I see. Well, if it's as much as I'm allowed to say, then everything on TV and the internet is all of it. We don't have any leads yet, and the methods behind their crimes are still unclear.
I see. Even with this country's power, arresting them is proving to be difficult. Is that the case?
I wouldn't phrase it that way, but, well, something like that.
Thank you for answering that question. By the way, it seems you've denied a correlation between the Phantom Thieves and the murders. Why the sudden change? Until now, haven't you upheld your stance that the Phantom Thieves are dangerous? How are you so positive that they haven't committed murder?
Are you a little too comfortable interrogating people? Why, it's as if you're a prosecutor.
Well, her sister is one.
Excuse me. This is something I've personally been interested in, so I couldn't help it. But won't you tell us? What reason is there that you'd claim their innocence when you previously stated they were unjust?
Mako-chan's really pressing for an answer.
She's pelting him with questions.
Every person whose heart they changed have truly been criminals, including Okumura. Why then was he the only one who needed to be killed?
Why is that?
I must admit, I couldn't deduce a reason. That's why I believe that case should be thought of as if a different party is responsible. And this is all hypothetical, mind you. If the Phantom Thieves are the ones I know of, I can't possibly imagine they would kill anyone.
Your comment just now, does this mean the police have already identified who they are?
Oh, no. The police haven't gotten that far yet.
Oh, but you know.
But I have my own conclusions about the true identities of the Phantom Thieves.
He's gotta be bluffing.
Yeah, how suspicious of us to just be there in the rafters.
Pipe down.
Yo, Borax, you changed your name. I like it. Leftover Chinese food at 10:33. My god, yes, 100%. I have some banana fufu in the fridge. I'm gonna scarf down after stream. I haven't eaten dinner yet.
He's lying, right?
No, he's definitely not Haru.
But if it's the truth...
You're not going to ask me who they are?
It may have repercussions on the investigation. Are you sure you can share that with us?
It's only my personal opinion, so announcing that here wouldn't pose a problem. However, there is a possibility that everyone present will hear the truth before the police or media.
The truth?
What? What do you mean?
What's he planning on saying?
It's quite the confidence you have. If you're so certain, then very well.
Oh, Makoto's calling his bluff? Is she calling his bluff?
I'd like to ask you then. Who do you think the Phantom Thieves are, Akechi-san?
That idiot!
No. There's no way he could have any evidence.
people you all know quite well. The identity of the Phantom Thieves are... it's mine. I apologize for the interruption, but I can't turn off my phone due to my job.
This fucking guy.
Would you mind if I step away for about 10 minutes or so?
I'm terribly sorry, everyone, but we'll be taking a break. We'll resume the panel in 10 minutes.
Please don't troll me online for this interruption, okay?
Ha 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 ha.
Is there a room I may use?
Sure, there's a room you may use that we will all go into with you.
There's the PE faculty office.
I want you to come too. There's a matter I want to discuss.
Obviously.
Your friends from yesterday are here, aren't they? Can you bring them too, if that's all right?
You know, just bring the whole Phantom Thief gang.
Did you set this up?
We only have 10 minutes, you know.
It's on purpose. Oh my god, this fucking guy. This fucking guy.
What do you want to talk about?
Isn't it obvious?
No.
Bro, what the fuck? He like took pictures of us disappearing into the metaverse?
That's gotta be shopped.
I have video footage too. Please, let's not feign ignorance. All of you can go to that other world too, yes?
So he's aware. He's aware of the existence. Yeah, us too.
It's not just all of you. I am aware of that world too.
Yeah, were you the one that killed him?
I also know that when you traverse over there, your appearance changes as well. It's because of those mysterious powers, isn't it? I found out about that world about a month ago.
My theory is in shambles.
This had been installed onto my phone without my knowledge. Dude, it's the nav.
Yeah, it's legit.
When the app activated on its own, the scenery around me suddenly changed. Quite frankly, I still can't believe it myself. But from the look of these photos, all of you seem quite used to it.
We've been listening to you blab on for a while now, but cut the delusional...
All of you are acting as Phantom Thieves in the metaverse. I can say so with conviction because I have the same power as you.
I mean, at this point...
So, you admit it then. In all honesty, I've been curious about you since the time of the Madarame case. But to think it would end up like this.
We didn't kill anyone.
Excuse me, Crypto Luigi? What did you just say?
I believe that as well.
How can you be so sure?
Because I'm the one that killed him. I swear to God, Akechi.
Because I saw another. The real culprit.
It wasn't him. It wasn't Akechi. Or at least he's saying that it wasn't him. It was someone else. There's a third person. There's another person.
For real?
That's a very important for real. 159, baby.
Who was it?
Fucking Kasumi? No, it was not Kasumi.
I couldn't identify his face. He had a mask on after all.
Does that mean that he followed us into Okumura's place?
Actually, when I took these photos, I entered that world too.
He did! He did!
That's when I saw someone else moving about, besides all of you. He shot at me the moment he noticed me.
That's who killed President Okumura?
Most likely. At the very least, I was almost killed by him.
Oh. Well, no, I do know that Kasumi was added after Royal, because the very first episode, I think JoJo was in here, and she had mentioned how the whole like introductory scene in the casino with Kasumi wasn't in the original because Kasumi wasn't in vanilla. So I did know that little bit. Oh my god, Jojo, you have the best timing. At the very least, I was almost killed by him.
I can't die here. I need to determine the truth. When those thoughts overcame me, I awakened to that power. A most fortunate accident.
You gained a persona and we missed it?
This guy has a persona too?
And we missed it.
This cat.
You can hear him?
I swear, it just talked.
Morgana, our teammate who taught us about the metaverse.
Really? This is unbelievable.
I believe it.
But it is true that you know things that I don't. Say, Morgana, were you also the one who instructed them on how to change people's hearts? I experienced that world too, but I still haven't solved that mystery yet.
We go in the metaverse, or we call them palaces, to steal the core of their desires, their treasure. And those whose treasure has been stolen have a change of heart.
Ah. There's certainly no way anyone could figure out such an MO.
Anyways, back to what you were talking about. Are we in this mess because of that guy?
Although I don't completely understand the method, all you do is simply reform people. Someone else is behind the murders. However, the police have decided that the Phantom Thieves did it. They'll arrest you at this rate.
They're going to treat me as my father's murderer?
I can't overlook such a grave mistake, which is precisely why I want us to strike a deal. I may be able to save you from this situation.
A deal?
A deal?
I would like you to cooperate with me on investigating the truth.
And if we decline?
Then I think I'll have to inform the police about all of you, along with that video I mentioned.
Yeah, he does kind of have us in a little bit of a predicament.
This ain't no deal, it's blackmail!
I mean, yeah.
Say what you will. This is the method that I believe is correct. The justice I uphold will not tolerate criminals who kill people at their leisure.
Justice.
You've heard that Sai-san is the one spearheading the investigation about you Phantom Thieves, correct? The higher-ups are concerned only with settling the case. They want to capture the culprits behind the psychotic breakdown incidents and end the commotion. Those are the ones who are putting pressure on Sai-san. I can only imagine her impatience.
What of evidence that we did it? How do they intend on proving it?
Even if there's no objective explanation to the method, it's over once causality is established. Sai-san can't make rational judgments at the moment. If she were to be cornered, well, she may even make up a confession.
Make it up?
So, they're gonna make it all our fault? Just because they feel like it?
We haven't killed anyone, though!
Yeah, yell louder. I'm sure these walls are soundproof.
And we're still going to be arrested?
You'll be found guilty if you're caught. And it will be treated as a very serious crime.
Bullshit! None of that makes any sense!
Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do alone anymore to stop the flow of things.
And that's why you want our cooperation.
Yes. In return, I'll turn a blind eye to what you've done. Those are my conditions.
A blind eye to what we've done? We haven't done anything wrong, bozo.
That said, I ask that you disband the Phantom Thieves after this.
What?
What should we do about Akechi-san's proposal?
You're demanding a lot.
I see. I thought I was making a lot of concessions myself. Well, you don't have to decide at the moment. Considering this is you we're talking about, I believe you'll come to a favorable reply. I'm glad we could talk. It's been a while since I've been able to spend such a meaningful time like this. I look forward to your answer. It was definitely worth coming today, for various reasons.
Yeah, unlike yesterday, when you had that takoyaki.
We should be getting back. About that, I'm sorry. Would it be acceptable if we ended the panel here?
I mean, yeah, considering what we left off with.
The reason why you called for me in the first place was because you wanted intel, correct? My business is concluded as well.
I'll deal with it somehow.
Damn it! He had complete control over us!
Well, we got confirmation at least that,
They're going.
It's another person. Whoa, wait. What is happening? Stuff is going wibbly wobbly.
I'm sorry about the sudden break. An urgent task came in. So, I truly apologize about this, but I'll have to end things here today.
To make up for the time that was planned for this panel, the Rakugo Research Club will instead be...
I can't say anything in detail regarding the Phantom Thieves investigation, but I feel another great stride will occur again soon. I hope you all continue to pay attention to what happens.
Let's have a big round of applause for today's guest, Goro Akechi.
This
Was
fucking
that really
guy.
our best course of action?
He totally used Makoto's suggestion against us.
Indeed. We intended to get intel out of him, but to think it would play out like this.
So what? We'll just accept his deal?
I mean, we kind of have to.
He's got evidence on us. We really don't have a choice.
Damn it! What are we gonna do?
Calm down, Ryuji.
How am I supposed to calm down? What are we gonna do?
What's done is done. We'll have to cool our heads and think more on this. We must make up our minds by the time he contacts us again.
We need to give this a lot of thought.
Similar occurrences followed in succession earlier this spring.
Huh? You guys are seeing that, right? There's a calling card on the table.
Although things have quieted down until recently, several incidents have occurred once again. Furthermore, new information has come to light about the suspect who suffered sudden mental shutdown. He had received a calling card from the Phantom Thieves.
Why did Futaba have something like this?
You looked in Futaba's room?
If a calling card was delivered, we can only assume that the Phantom Thieves are behind it. If so, those occurrences back in spring can be attributed to them as well. Moreover...
I knew it. She's... Oh, God.
Oh no. Oh no. Sojiro, it's okay. It's okay.
The post-festival party is about to begin in the gymnasium. Please join us, everybody.
Post-festival party? I thought this thing was over. Nobody invited you to it, so let's just go home.
Huh? Senpai, aren't you going to the post-festival party?
I'm not sure yet.
Then why don't we go together? Festivals don't come around every day, so we may as well enjoy it while we can.
Okay, sounds good to me.
It seems like it's already begun. Let's get in there, Senpai!
Are we dancing? Is that... I still have my bag.
Now, it's time for your favorite Shuji tradition. The Student Sharing Special!
Oh yeah, this thing! What is this thing all about?
But before that, we've decided to change things up this year.
Change how?
We've got a huge surprise for you all. Members of the dance club, come on down.
What is happening? choreographed dance and everything.
Now everybody, join in! Don't fall behind the dance club.
Just standing around while everyone dances is embarrassing. Senpai, let's do it!
It's showtime, sure. We're not really dancing. We're not really dancing. Okay, you're doing some moves. There we go.
Very impressive, Senpai.
What was that?
Now that you're all warmed up, let's switch up the music!
Such a dork.
Hey, you're Yoshizawa-san, right? Your first year? We've got a little favor to ask you.
A favor?
Got it. I'm in. Senpai, I'll be back soon. They've asked me to help them with something. Just wait here and watch what happens.
Oh, okay.
Who's that? Huh?
She doing her routine?
That's crazy.
Okay. Spin, spin. Good job. Good job, Kasumi. That was cool.
That was so exhausting, but what a blast! I feel like I danced my heart out back there.
I feel like I shouldn't put expectations. I'd be like, yeah, you did great.
Thank you.
Wow, that dance was amazing.
I know, right? I was totally blown away.
It's my dad. He's telling me to come home before it gets too late. Sorry to leave you like this, but I have to get going.
Okay, bye. Sure, want me to walk you?
Thank you. I'll be alright though. The post-festival party was so much fun, especially with you.
Hey Rorin, thanks for lurking and for paying your taxes. I hope you had a good stream. The gym's quieted down. Looks like the dance is over. Let's head home. Post-festival party is about to begin. Would you like to go together? I tried to think about what happened earlier, but that has gotten me nowhere. So I could use a change of pace. How about it? Yeah, let's go. I went from one party to another.
Alright, that was a great performance by the dance club. Everybody give them another round of applause.
I'm sorry. I can't stop thinking about what Akechi-kun said.
It'll all be alright.
It feels like nothing bad could ever happen when you say that.
And now it's time for your favorite Shujin tradition, the student sharing special!
Didn't this already happen? Did we travel back in time? What just happened?
Round of applause, everyone!
Sharing? I never knew we had such an event.
Your cat sneezed like a person? Oh, that's so cute.
Alright, who has something to say? Anyone? Anyone? No? I'll just have to pick someone then.
Oh, he's going to choose? I wonder who it would be.
Spotlight.
How about that fluffy-haired girl over there? I choose you!
Huh? Is he looking this way?
Sure is.
Well then, come on up.
He's talking to me, isn't he?
Sure is. You're up.
So it really is me.
Man, I want a cat too. We have these cats over at work and they're the cutest. I want to take them home, but I can't.
Come! Everyone's waiting!
Well, I'm going.
And your name is? Wait, you're a Kumura-san?
Yes.
I'm sure you're, still grieving. My, deepest apologies.
Oh, please don't worry.
So, do you have anything you'd like to share with us?
Something to share. I have too many things.
Here, let me give you a question then. Do you think the Phantom Thieves are really Shujin students?
Huh? Oh?
Man, he's going in for the kill.
I mean, they are, your father's killers. We're all dying to know what Akechi-kun was going to say about their true identities. So, are they from Shujin? What do you think, Okumura-san?
Haru's in trouble. I need to change the subject. What the fuck? Do you have a boyfriend?
To tell you the truth, I'm interested in that myself.
Oh. Wow, way to go!
I think it was him.
Oh, wait!
So, Okumura-san, what's your relation to this guy?
That wasn't what we were talking about.
My, she's quite flustered. Is this a hot scoop?
Alright, it worked.
I'm a gentleman. It hurts my heart to bully such a sweet girl. Well, did you all enjoy our blushing beauty? Thank you very much, Okumura-san.
Just when it was getting interesting.
Alright, saved. We saved it. Oh, you're welcome.
Post-festival party is finally over. It turned out to be more like an interview party, huh? I still can't believe you said that.
Well, I mean, given my 3 options, that was probably the best one for you. You were in trouble.
Huh? Right. At any rate, I'm not sure what I would have done without you. Thank you for saving me. You're a mysterious person, but you're so reliable. I think the two of us will get along quite well in the future. As they say, who knows what may lie ahead? For now, I'm worried about what happened with Akechi-kun. But I have to say, my first post-festival party was quite fun. Though, I guess it's my last too.
Yeah, because you're a 3rd year, same as Makoto.
Here, I'd like you to have this.
Ooh, SP item, excellent.
I bought it earlier.
It looks delicious.
Now then, let's go home.
Okay, our rating hasn't moved anywhere. Haven't a lot of people been losing their minds lately? Yeah, there's been a sudden increase. I bet it's because of the fan site. I heard the victims are on the ratings there. We should really be blaming the people who requested it. Damn. Right? I'm ready to get yelled at by Sojiro.
Welcome home. You took off somewhere during the festival, huh? I tried to find you, but I gave up pretty quickly.
Futaba? What are you doing here in front of the store?
I needed to calm my brain. My thoughts were getting out of hand.
That's fair.
Not just Akechi, but other stuff too. We're in deep trouble unless we can do something soon. But anyway, I was just thinking about going inside, so your timing is perfect. Let's go.
Not enough on the brain? Let's go to Sojiro. Oh, never mind.
Mass media has been causing quite a commotion lately.
We go to SIU and Sai.
No countermeasure for the Phantom Thieves, the sorry state of the police, destruction of safety. They're saying whatever they want. So, how's the investigation progressing? Any clues yet?
Nothing that leads to a firm conviction yet.
What's going on here? Didn't you say that you were sure about closing this case? And I thought I told you that failure won't be tolerated. Well, this is troublesome. If things continue at this rate, never mind a promotion, we'd have to let you go entirely.
But sir...
I had high expectations for you. But it seems this task was too much to handle for someone so young.
God, I hate this guy.
We may need to reform the operation as well, since the selected personnel for this...
Please, let me see this through to the end. This case is something that I've always...
I know that you've been at this for a while now, even before the police spared us the staff for it. If you can manage an arrest, I've made special arrangements so that you can question them personally. That's what you want, isn't it? The leadership of this country is about to change. We can't let this case carry over into their term. I'll make myself clear again. Failure isn't an option. We need results.
I understand.
You're allowed to take some bold measures if you need to. We need good results, no matter what.
Bold measures, huh?
Oh, one more thing. If the unexpected happens to occur, contact me immediately.
Unexpected?
To you, sir?
I said that failure isn't an option, didn't I?
Are they gonna stage a calling card to her?
Yes. Everything is proceeding as planned.
Oh, look at that smug ass look.
We're home.
Hi, Coffee Dad.
Sojiro?
I was cleaning up and found this. This is a calling card, right? I read about it online, too.
You went into my room without my permission?
I'll apologize as much as you want later. So, what is this?
That's...
Is it something to get flustered over? I knew it. This isn't just some game you're playing. Why aren't you saying anything?
Why did you keep it? I mean, it was memorable.
Oh, she was scrapbooking!
Explain.
Explain.
Can't tell me?
Explain.
Hey, step in here, huh?
Hey, if this keeps up, Futaba's...
I'll explain everything.
I'm talking to Futaba here, you know. I'll get right to the point. Is this a real one? Did they trigger a change of heart in you? How about it?
Ever since Mom died, there was no exit. I was trapped in a labyrinth of my heart. I knew I had to leave it, but I couldn't do it by myself.
Futaba. Here, sit down. I can at least listen to what you have to say.
The Phantom Thieves saved me. They stole my messed up heart. It's the same as Mom's research. They changed my cognition.
Seriously? Wakaba's research about altering one's cognition. I wondered about it myself, too, but still.
When did you notice?
When she said she was going to go to the beach out of nowhere, and even the doctors had thrown in the towel. At first, I just chalked it up as other kids being a better support for you than any adult. But as I kept watching the tabloid shows here, day in and day out, a thought crossed my mind. I thought your case kind of seemed similar to what these Phantom Thieves were doing.
Wow.
I'm still your guardian, you know. I'd never overlook such a drastic change in your behavior.
Sojiro.
But to think that Wakaba's research and the Phantom Thieves changing hearts were about the same thing. Back in the day, I used to be a government official.
We got Sojiro lore. Oh, he wasn't a delinquent. He was a fucking government official?
My job was to be the bridge between the country and the lab that Wakaba worked at. It's around that time that I got to know her. She said something odd when we were out drinking. That one of these days, she might die a bizarre death. Who wouldn't take that as a joke? I just laughed it off. But it happened exactly as she said. If anything were to happen to you, I'd feel like I let her down. There's something I want to ask you.
Ask away.
Judging from your attitude, you knew about this calling card, didn't you? You should have known that Futaba had a change of heart through the Phantom Thieves as well. Is there a connection between you and them? The first incident of a change of heart was a teacher at your school. The kid who brought that painting here was a pupil of that artist who had a change of heart, wasn't he? And then there's Futaba.
Uh-huh.
You always seem to be linked to these incidents somehow. Got anything to say?
Sorry for keeping quiet.
You know what people call them? Criminals.
Yeah, I know I'm on probation.
Why did you introduce such dangerous people to Futaba?
That's not true! I asked them! That's why he saved me! He stole my heart!
Asked? Stole?
You know, out of context, that, like, not knowing about what the Phantom Thieves do inside and knowing the like, that could be taken really weird.
Wait, are you saying that he's the one who changed your heart? Wait, he doesn't just deal with the Phantom Thieves, he's actually one of them?
Bingo bongo.
You're pulling my leg, aren't you?
Nope. I'm a Phantom Thief, yeah.
Are you serious? You really are a Phantom Thief? Oh, for crying out loud!
Sojiro!
So, basically, I've been sheltering a Phantom Thief for the last 6 months?
Uh-huh.
And on top of that, Futaba's involved too.
Yep, she's our navigator.
What the hell?
I want to find the culprit who killed my mom.
Wait, killed?
Yep.
She was killed. I remember it now.
Stop this nonsense!
Why won't you believe me? Are you the same as everyone else? Didn't you know already? The way Mom died wasn't normal. Didn't you notice that her research was stolen by someone? Sojiro!
When she passed away, I did think it was odd. It was awfully fishy. But what could I do? All I was able to do was run from it all. Run away, hide, and end up here as some old guy running a cafe. To be frank, I took you in for my own good. Like it'd somehow make up for what I'd done. It's basically my fault that you got burdened with all this crap.
It's not your fault, Sojiro.
I acted all big, lectured, even yelled at you kids. And I end up getting consoled by her. God, real pathetic, aren't I?
Nope, it's a lot to take in at once, Sojiro. You're not pathetic.
I mean, the one who killed Mom's the one at fault.
I see. Don't worry. Even if you are the real Phantom Thieves, I have no intention of reporting or kicking you out.
Okay, good.
I mean, who would believe such a story?
Akechi.
Unless they catch you red-handed, it's impossible to explain that you're the Phantom Thieves. Let me just say one thing, though. Immediately back out of a fight that you can't win.
What do you mean?
Don't you get it? If, by chance, you pissed off the same guys that killed Wakaba, then they're not someone that kids like you can deal with. Listen to reason, all right?
You know, that is a good point. We need to remember who we're up against.
We're done talking about this. Come on. Time to eat. All that yelling's gotten me hungry.
Whew. If he turned us in, that would have jeopardized our operation. Still, we should tell the others about what just happened.
Oh, I'm tired.
Lots of energy usage, I know. What? He knows everything? You gotta be fucking kidding. Wait, are you okay? Did he report you or anything? We likely wouldn't be receiving these messages if Clam was not okay. I had a feeling that boss was no ordinary man. But he didn't recommend you turn yourself in, did he? I think in that case, we can consider him a new ally. I'm more curious about what he mentioned to you. You mean how our enemy might be the same people who targeted Futaba's mother? Yes, she was killed by mental shutdown, the same method used by the culprit we pursue now. Wait a second though, didn't you say boss had to run from it all? Does that mean someone was trying to stop the news from getting out? Who could do that? Who do you think the culprit could be? These are both kind of the same, but this is more narrow. Aren't you letting your imagination run wild a little bit? But it would make sense. Wait a sec, if you're right, then wouldn't the police be working for them too? Not impossible. This is getting too big for me to even think about. Can we really win this?
We're gonna win, no matter what.
Hell yeah. You felt that, Stewie. At least you know Sojiro's a better dad than Dojima, we can say that. I guess the chief had an inkling after all.
I should write something.
Alright, with that though, you guys, it is late o'clock. I need to go to sleep. So we are gonna go ahead and call it quits for tonight. Thank you guys again so much for hanging out and being awesome. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.